parking lot. All right, guys, we're going to talk about meal timing and how that affects weight loss. I'm not going to talk a lot about weight loss, but I will talk about weight loss. It's really about fixing your body. I'll show you what you guys, I got this stuff. It's the best. Why do they not sell this in every store? It's liquid Band-Aid for horses or for animals, but humans too. Okay, now, what is the best timing for weight loss? And this is really dependent on the circadian rhythm. And I try to explain to people, you're not going to lose weight unless you get your hormones in order. And if you can get your hormones in order, you can easily lose weight. So timing your food out affects your hormones directly. So it all works. Everybody's happy. Don't forget to say hello when you come into the chat so I can see the comments show up. I don't know how the Wi-Fi is going to work in this parking lot, but we're going to give it a try. Now, let's talk about Toya. Okay, cool. Let's talk about, hi everybody. Let's talk about the circadian rhythm. And this is very interesting, right? Here's something you guys don't consider. Thank you, Tammy. Here's something to consider. Your menstrual cycle, your digestion, your physical repair of the body are all connected to the circadian rhythm on it. There's nothing you can't get out of it. So there's really no such thing as a night owl because, and I'll explain why. If you were to live outside in nature, you wouldn't have like cell phones and technology and lights. That blue light is making your brain think it's still 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So when it's late at night, and not only do you have your Wi-Fi signaling jacking up your energy flow, it also, the light itself tells your brain it's still daytime. So why is your body going to start producing melatonin? Melatonin is a sleep hormone. And there's a couple things, melatonin is the precursor to serotonin. And serotonin is the hormone that makes you feel balanced. So it seems complicated, but like once you learn all this stuff once, it's done. Then you get it. Because we're the same human beings as we've been for freaking, I don't know, 800,000 years or however long we've been on this planet. So with that said, my little camera up in here privately. Okay. So with that said, people are going to bed really, really late, and then they're like wanting to lose weight. I don't understand it. It doesn't work that way, and you can't fight that because I've said this many times that between 9 and midnight, your body goes through the first physical body repair. You are very anabolic in those hours. You are very hi. Thank you. All hail to the, no, I'm kidding. So between these hours are so important. Your hormones, you cannot beat. Then you can't beat nature. And that's the thing with the intermittent fasting. People are like, what's wrong with fasting? We fasted as hunter-gatherers. And I'm like, we also did not have technology. We also didn't have jacked up guts, horrible sleep, diarrhea, floating stool, histamine. We didn't have all these things. Hola, ¿qué tal? So we didn't have all of these other issues, and you can't lose weight unless you're reproductive. And believe it or not, women, your hormones, your sex hormones, and your adrenal hormones are connected to the circadian rhythm. And that is why so many women have terrible hot flashes, is because their adrenals are so jacked that they are not balancing everything with the circadian rhythm. we didn't have blue light. And that's what I'm saying, 24/7. So the estrogen dominance. And it's like what I try to explain to people, that every little stupid thing matters. And people don't want everything to matter. They just want to take a pill and then they're fixed. And it's never going to work that way. You're never going to be able to take like a pill, a detox, and you're fixed. It's just not going to happen. I can't put people on certain type of diets and then they're fixed and they're starting to lose weight. So the first step in weight loss or healing the body or healing the gut wall is connecting to the circadian rhythm. So let's go over the times of day that you have to consider with doing everything, and it makes sense. So people will get up, some people get up at 3 a.m. and I'm like, and I'll have these consultations and people will get up at 3 and then they don't have to be at work till 5, and it takes 20 minutes to get to work, for example. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you waking up at 3? Well, I want time. Or I get some people that sit and get to work before work begins because they just want to be ready. Those are the people that never get into enough deep sleep cycles. And you can't. At 3 o'clock, you guys, 3 a.m., your body is trying to heal the brain in those hours, Carol, and you're awake. Or the people who wake up at 3. So why are you waking up at 3? I've had a few night shift workers adapt, but I'll get into that. None of us live in nature, right? I'm in a freaking parking lot. So, but I moved out of Hollywood to a small town in Texas. That'll really make and that made a big change, because where I'm at, I can't get good reception because there's no towers, and there's definitely no towers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and towers there. And when I got a horse, the first thing that I knew was going to happen was I was going to be outside between the times of the sun going down. So right now it's between 6 and 8:30. I'm always outside in those hours. So my sex hormones go boom, my digestion, boom, my thyroid, boom, and nobody thinks of this stuff. It's bizarre. So if you're getting up, exactly. If you're getting up at, let's say, so that 3, like, don't get up at 3. I tell people, I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I just need that morning time. I mean, we choose our lives. So the more you can sleep, like, please sleep till 4, right? Put a cap on like I do. Throw some water on your face. Get to work. Even your workouts are connected to the circadian rhythm. I'll get into that. But the best that you could do, let's say if you don't have to get to work until 7 or 8, even better. So if you're getting up at, let's say 6:30, that's perfect. That's the best time to wake up, to get your body doing things the right way. That means between 9 and midnight, your body starts to repair. That's your liver, your kidney, your gallbladder, your sex hormones, your thyroid hormones. It's all of that. You are asleep. I'm fine if you guys wake up, roll over, and fall back asleep. I have a problem with you guys waking up more than twice and then like, oh, it takes me, I go back to sleep fast, 10 minutes. I'm like, that's too long. You can't take 15 minutes. It's going to get noisy here because I'm in a horsey store parking lot. I see a horse trailer coming. It's going to rattle and make a bunch of noise. But I don't care because I'm trying not to turn on my car and have just the air flow through, even though it's hot as balls. Are balls hot? Like there's some horsies in the horse trailer. Oh. Anyway, let me turn the camera on. I'm going to digress for a second. There's a horse. You can't see the horse in there, but there's a horse in there. Okay, let's get back to it. I wish I had one of those monster trailers, but I don't. Okay, so if you get up at 6:30, and people who like get to work by 8 and they're waking up at 7 like 15, and then they skip breakfast and they eat at 9:30 or 10, you can't lose weight, you can't get your sex hormones, you can't get things in order doing things like that. My black ass in this town, people looking at me. Anywho, so get up, eat. If you're on thyroid medication, try to get off. I'm just saying. But a lot of people are like, I work with so many women that are like, I get up and I have to wait an hour. Who told you have to wait an hour to take your thyroid meds? It's 30 minutes. Oh no. When the sun comes out, or because it's still sort of morning, when the heat index rises, no, I start sweating like bricks. Which will probably be in this car at some point because I feel the heat rising. But the point is that you're getting up and you're trying to have breakfast. The reason why you have breakfast right away is because the hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal, thyroid, all this access is going to sense, especially the adrenals, are going to sense that food is coming in, so you don't have so much of a push cortisol reaction. Because we want cortisol high in the morning, but we don't want it to keep over climaxing, because then you're more in fight or flight. Your body's like, okay, well, we have to go and spit out this thing called gluconeogenesis so we can raise the blood sugar because no food's coming in. And we don't want that cortisol response. We just need the blood sugar to rise to a level where your energy's up, you're feeling funky fresh, and you go on with your day. Food is vitamins, food is minerals, and food is energy. And people forget that. They think food means fat. Food does not equal fat. Food sometimes is poisonous and histamine, but I mean, when you're eating good food, it doesn't equate bad. I don't understand people. Food is amazing. We chew too fast because we're in a rush to work. We swallow big chunks of food, and we already have a compromised gut wall. And you're not absorbing, because you have leaky gut, you're not absorbing minerals, and then you develop a lack of diamine oxidase, and you have a histamine response, and all of a sudden not eating is great. That's not how you're supposed to live. You're supposed to eat like I fed my horse this morning. He was fabulous. He was like, oh, Mom, thanks. Yes, because he's getting in some vitamins that he's not getting from the grass in this part of the season. So you guys kind of forget that idea that the reason why my body is doing so well in my mid-50s is because I'm getting the vitamins and minerals and energy that I need to keep the body funky fresh and having the cells not start spitting out and dividing and dying. So getting up, eat a breakfast within 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be big. If you're not used to eating breakfast because you've been intermittent fasting, destroying the, HPA axis, hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal axis, then getting up and eating something small like 2 ounces of liver, 2 egg yolks, 2 ounces of ground beef, pork belly, salmon, whatever, sardines, maca kombucha. Thank you. And I'm going to get into these comments real soon because I got to get to the gym and get back to my brain, get back to work. So eating an avocado is great, but for weight loss, eating an avocado 30 minutes after you get up with a little bit of protein is much better. Protein is always a great and fat. Protein and fat combo is always the best for the body, right? You're getting, depends on the types of fat. You can get fat soluble vitamins, you can get potassium, you can get omega-3s, you can get sometimes omega-6s, and the protein. Everything's going to slow down digestion, and your body's going to start slowly taking in those nutrients because you're not eating a carbohydrate. And you need things like protease and caloric acids and everything to break down stomach, food in your stomach, and then give your body everything what it needs from vitamins, minerals, and energy. That's going to tell the middle of your brain to shut up and stop freaking out and stop trying to go into starvation mode. Because starvation mode makes you fat. Liver and eggs and butter is, if you don't have an egg allergy, if you do, egg yolks, liver, and butter are the best combo. I'm telling you, the best. Like that right there, liver, egg yolks, butter, if you don't react, probably is the healthiest thing that you could eat. Hey, horsey. Okay, so getting up while you eat, you guys, is a refresher, is to get the body the HPA axis to not overreact. So everything just goes nice and slowly through the conveyor belt of the factory. No crashes, no dips, no stomach distress, no histamine, just nice, smooth. Energy starts to climax in the morning. Then around afternoon, you need another bump of food, right? Because we don't want the blood sugar to crash because there's no more energy. Now, people are like, but I thought that your body would just access body fat and just stabilize you. Yeah, it does. It does it a lot more efficiently and effectively than people who eat carbohydrates, the people who are in ketosis. But the problem is that the hypothalamus, this little brain here, always wants to know food's coming in to create homeostasis, which means a balance. It just is what it is. So ketogenesis, or being ketotic alone, is not enough, unfortunately. Food is still what the body knows and needs. When the body is getting the right nutrition throughout the day, it doesn't have to do any emergency, warning, Spock, turn on the controller. Uhura? Is that how you say her name? Or Scotty, or whatever. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing is, I am in Texas. The second thing is, if you're having hypoglycemia, which that means that your body loses the ability to keep the blood sugar here. So the blood sugar goes here, and then it goes boom. A lot of people have that problem, blood sugar dysregulation. Those people have to add in more food. Now, does that create more digestive work? Yes, it does. But we're modern humans and we frack ourselves up, and this is the way you balance it. Gotta make little compromises. It's not, if you're eating not large amounts of food like carnivore, that's telling you to eat like a pound of beef or 16 ounces of friggin' meat. I mean, they don't make any sense. Oh, I'm eating one meal a day, but I'm eating 16 ounces. Well, what's going on in your gut in that 16 ounces? All the uric acid all at once. You don't have enough protease to digest the protein, the gallbladder. No, it's the protease. It's the stomach acid. So smaller meals throughout the day is going to be a lot easier on your digestive system, rather than trying to smash it all at once, or just in 2 meals, or eat a little bit in the afternoon and slam it at night. No, because at night, in rhythm, the body doesn't want to digest, it wants to sleep. See, now the sun's coming out. I feel the heat. The body does not like to eat. That's why eating and clearing out the stomach is best as you can. Now, if you don't have hypoglycemia, clearing out, oh, they've got good alfalfa here. Interesting. Note. Clearing out the stomach, right? Because it takes, depends on what you eat, from 3 to 5, 6 hours. Getting most of that work done 3 hours before bed is what makes you sleep a lot better. So the body knows the time of day. Like, I'm eating before I go to sleep the heaviest parts of my food, so then my body can release melatonin and I can get into a deep sleep, become anabolic, repair, rinse, repeat, and stay like a warrior and stay strong, energized, and have your hormones balanced and not start to collect a lot of visceral fat around your organs, have your body fat shoot up, and then as modern humans, feel fat, feel disgusting, cellulite, estrogen dominance, men, as far as aesthetics go, people start to feel really bad about their physical. I mean, I've got women who won't wear shorts in the summer because they think they're fat or they think they have cellulite. It's wrong. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Okay. It just is. We're modern humans. We got to do the best we can to mimic as much as we can within boundaries nature, because that's the best thing to fix your ass. And staying up late and skipping meals with a wrecked gut is not going to help. Now, once you're fully adapted, the need for structured meals constantly throughout the day goes down exponentially. So you could do like a breakfast, a couple tablespoons of fat in the afternoon, and have a small lunch, or have a bigger lunch and a smaller dinner and be done. You're good. But a lot of you guys who crash in the afternoon, according to the circadian rhythm, right? Because cortisol is supposed to start to go down and melatonin starts to go up, but your blood sugar drops. So that forces your body to make more cortisol. That's why people are so friggin' unhealthy. Cortisol is stress hormone and it just rips apart the body. Like, if you got too much of that circulating in the bloodstream out of the circadian rhythm, you're going to just literally look and feel like absolute dookie. I say donkey, honey. I said dookie. So the circadian rhythm is real when it comes to digesting. Like, if you eat a big bulk of food late at night, your body, it doesn't digest very well because melatonin's trying to be produced. That's counterintuitive to uh, like eating is a daytime thing. So you need cortisol, you need things to be moving. Let's go. At night things should calm down. That's the reason why you don't eat late at night, because friggin' digesting food's like going to a CrossFit Olympics or something. Like, it's a lot of work. Powerlifting event. Yeah, you finally got me live. Don't forget to like up the stream, guys. I feel the heat coming. I'm like, do I turn on my air yet? Okay. Circadian rhythm, blackout curtains, blue light blocking glasses, mount taping, candlelight, light dimmers, the blue light thing on the technology, getting technology out of your face 25 to 30 minutes before bed, eating every couple of hours if you're having problems with your energy levels. All of these things will help your body with its estrogen balance, so you're not estrogen dominant, with your blood sugar, your insulin, so you don't have to have high insulin and start storing fat, right? Because your blood sugar is not dropping. Every time your body drops blood sugar, it shoots it up too high. So that's the glucagon slamming it up too high. Then it gets too high, and then your insulin's like dropping it again, and that's why hormones make you fat. So let's fix our circadian rhythm with our eating and our lifestyles and our jobs, and you can start losing the weight. Now, night shift workers, especially third shift night workers that go to work at like between 4 and 8 in the evening and stay at work until 2 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 in the next day. I tell almost everybody that they should consider a new job because it's not worth it. A lot of you guys end up having heart attacks and a lot of health issues because of that. But I did work with an emergency room doctor. She did keto adapt, but she was really strict with, let's say if you sleep till 3 and you go to work at 6 or 7, in those 3 hours, rest, meditate, read a book, do a light workout, do not be adrenal crazy and get your macros on point. So your macros for a third shift night worker would be like getting up and uh, eating within 30 minutes, then eating your dinner time, but it would be kind of lunch for you, around 5 or 6 if you can. And then around 10 would be like a small meal. Like a dinner would be small, not a lot to overburden the digestive tract. And then foods at night, like 12, 1 or 2 in the morning, would be like broth with a yolk in it, with tablespoons of fat. That is the best middle of the night for keto or carnivore. Now for low carb, high fat people, that's why I love keto, because we don't have to deal with the extremeness of blood sugar dips with as you do with low carb, high fat. Then you're eating like 1/4 cup of rice every 3 hours, even in the middle of the night, right? To have your blood sugar not drop too low. Um, Dinner should always be before 6:30. Between 5 and 6 is really optimal, because your body, right, like 6 now, really cortisol's on its way down, and then melatonin's really trying to spike. And that's when the beauty of your body's just like, thank you, mother frackin' fluckin' thank you. Okay, now I'm going to answer these questions. I hope this helped. That's also including your workouts. When you work out before 2, you're not going to have a lot of cortisol at night, which is going to raise your blood sugar through gluconeogenesis and make you fat. It's so counterintuitive. So yeah, and I've done things in this town. I'm like working my ass off, you guys, because even I'm a total freaking hypocrite. I'm gonna go to the gym now. So I've been trying to get to the gym, but Thunder's been so sunburned, I have to get up and feed him, and then really put all these. I bought this for his skin, and then make sure he's okay. And then sometimes I've been riding him, and then I'll work, and then I'm like, oh, I'll go to the gym, and I'm like, nah, you just got to get up earlier, go to the gym earlier, do your clients a little later, and just do it that way. So even I've been, and I mean, you guys, I'm looking to buy a house, and because I'm just so tired of not connecting to the circadian rhythm. I've been lucky that my body's holding up. Facts. Okay. Are your morning workouts better than afternoon? Always. Because my cortisol is nice and high, and I've got a lot of energy. Okay, so eat lighter dinner, optimal sleep. No, just don't overeat like people are doing, the 2 pounds of beef. Eat a normal dinner at an earlier time, and then allow you can eat a moderate. Now it's getting too hot. It's so gross here. I can't. I'm such a California stupid idiot. All right, let's get this air going. Shut my thing up there. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, I didn't always shut it. There we go. All right. That feels a little better. Okay, I don't have to sit in that damn nasty heat anymore. Okay. I'm going to answer these questions and then go, you guys. Let's see here. All right. Looks like he has been our carb half. Low blood sugar will wake you up. Yes, low blood sugar wakes you up because it's like a dangerous thing. You can go into a coma if your blood sugar gets too low. So your body has all of these like safety valves, right? Safety backup systems. Like your body's going to be like, all right, we need to spike blood sugar. It's getting too low. And of course, when blood sugar rises too quickly, it wakes you up. And that's a good that you have a regulatory system, but bad that that's happening, because that's not good. Your cells start to go through like a glycation process. Okay, you never seem to be sweating. Even I read this shit. Okay, eating in the morning is also big for circadian rhythm. It's huge because it gets the cortisol rhythm going. Can you first Wait, can your fruit? Oh, the only thing where like fasting or not eating ever benefits anybody for the short term is when you have histamine or maca so bad. Can your first food of the day be pure fat, some tallow butter? No, protein with the tallow butter. Okay, some are saying that high protein, low fat to lose weight. They're stupid. That's not ketogenic. That's a starvation diet. We've done that for years. It destroys your thyroid, your adrenal system, and that's why so many of these idiots end up having to eat like grapes and honey because their electrolytes are so messed up. So many people are having issues with their kidneys. So please don't listen to these people because it's irrefutable. You cannot argue this fact. And this guy wrote in my comments yesterday, "You're still arrogant." And I'm like, no, I'm just older. I was like, clearly you're younger. Because when you're older, you just don't care anymore. You just got to say it and stop trying to sweet talk people because so many people are getting injured. Let's see. So please don't ever eat high protein. It is the worst thing to do for your kidneys, for the uric acid buildup, for the electrolyte issue, and for the weighing on the adrenal problems, the thyroid problems, your reproductive sex problems, because you're not going to keto adapt on high protein. So remember, you guys, and I should do another video on this, the best source of energy either comes from fat or from carbs. It doesn't come from protein. And that's why so many people are having thyroid freak out. Facts. Let me see. Brain, liver, butter, egg, sweetbread, the best. Oysters, avocado. Greg killed it, but not all at once or not too much. Chicken is the only one that's not a high quality food unless it's like the darker meat. But that list is like bomb. Mic drop. Boom. Good job, Greg. How's my horse? He's doing a lot better. Side note, yeah, I tried to leave this place. I look every day to leave. And I don't think I could find a better situation. I mean, I'm on 500 acres and I have my RV there and there's only one RV. I keep driving by RV lots and I'm like, oh God, awful. You know, there's like 50 people and they're all like sitting in sardine rows. No, I cannot with that. No. So, I think that, let's see here. So he's doing a lot better. He's doing better. But the only problem is that he's out in a pasture and he's a mostly white and brown paint horse. So he's getting sunburned. So this shit stuff, sorry. Humans can make some good things. They're made out of chemicals. Okay, let's see here. What are your thoughts on eating brain for awesome? Not only brain though, but yeah, brain is a great source of vitamin D and omega-3s. Who would have thunk, right? Let's see. What about eating on keto for muscle building? Yeah, because you're insulin sensitive. You're not that on carbs. You become insulin resistant. A lot of people who do it wrong, unless you're doing low carb, high fat the right way. And yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, it's great for building muscle at any age. Are histamine reactions connected to lymph nodes swelling? Yes, swelling. Yay, finally caught me live, Veronica. Thank you. Thank you, Camilla. Dark room for sleeping. No, the windows, honey. The windows, that's all. No. Yeah. Just the windows. Let's see here. I've started using butter as my main fat source, opposed to tallow, burning more fat. Why is that? Because butter is just more nutrient dense than tallow. It just is. It's got a really good source of vitamin D. It's got linoleic acid in it. It's got omega-3s in it. It's got lauric acid in it. I mean, butter, if you don't have a histamine reaction to the small amounts of whey and casein, it's the best fat. It just is, unfortunately, for those. I think that tallow has more selenium, but butter is just way more nutrient dense. So eating lighter dinner for optimal sleep. No, moderate. Just moderate. Not lighter, just moderate. In Spain, we eat dinner really late. Yeah, that's bad. I know, I've been to Spain. It's such a bad habit. And this is a modern Spanish, like, habit. And it's nice, really, in the summer to sit outside. But if you got issues with your body, which a lot of Spanish people do, because I've been there, it doesn't work. If you're healthy and you eat dinner late here and there, that's fine. But most people are not fine. Yes, this will be uploaded and you can watch it later. Dark Mark. How much veggies per meal? I would just eat veggies in one meal. I mean, you can have them in 2 meals, but one is optimal because of all the anti-nutrients. And I would do about a cup measured, probably raw or cooked, maybe. What would be helpful as is a chart. Eat 30 minutes upon waking up. I do on my course page. I have a course page on Facebook. I have charts. I explain all this stuff that I explain in videos, but more detailed. It's a $15 a month course, and I cover all 3 diets, which is low carb, high fat, keto omnivore, high fat carnivore, and a ketogenic carnivore, and omnivore, whatever. I cover all of it, plus workouts, plus live streams, plus mini consultations, plus, whatever. Bring your horse to Tennessee. I'm thinking about going to Tennessee. I am. I started looking at other places because I need mountains. But I got to see what's happening in the world, because Texas is pushing back against a bunch of just absolute nonsense. So I have to wait to see if there's another stupid thing that happens this winter. If Tennessee stays like Texas, I'll go to Tennessee in a heartbeat. If Tennessee becomes corrupted, I'm not going to Tennessee. I'll stay right here. So that's why I bought an RV, is because I'd have a temporary home till I buy a home, and I can sell it and put it towards the down payment of a house, because RVs are being bought up really fast because people can't get houses, so they buy RVs. Because they sell their home, they have nowhere to live, so they buy RVs. And waiting to do what I'm doing. And I got really lucky and found a place where I can live, where my horse is, and I'm the only RV there, so lucky me. Okay, why can't you have coffee? Oh, because coffee dysregulates your blood sugar. It raises your blood sugar. You're trying to drop your blood sugar and spike your ketones. So coffee drops your ketones and spikes your blood sugar. Plus, it puts adrenal stress. You can't sleep on it. It's acidic. It lowers your L-tyrosine. I'm like getting ready to go. It lowers your L-tyrosine. What else? It is eats at your stomach lining, like it's the mucus lining, the cingulatory IgA mucus lining. No. Coffee's garbage. It's got mycotoxins on it. The antioxidants that people tout get killed off in the cooking and roasting process. You see pro coffee things online because it's a $1 trillion business, so they can feed whatever on the internet. It dehydrates you. And people have problems trying to keep their electrolytes in balance on keto. There's so many reasons, like, let me count the ways. Have you seen the TV show Alone? No, I haven't. It's people who left to fend for themselves in places like Alaska. The common thing at all is all of them is the key that they always are on the hunt for fat. I have seen it. What am I talking? I've seen it on Netflix. Exactly. When you saw like Naked and Afraid or The Thing Alone, they don't go like, oh, protein. They're like, I need fat. Because fat's going to give you vitamins that protein doesn't. Protein gives you some minerals and amino acids and iron. Wait. Minerals, yes. How do you know if you're burning fat? Because you have energy, mental clarity, candida drops, your collagen stays, you're a superhero, your insulin regulates, like, let me count the ways, like the coffee, getting rid of it. How much protein, fat ratio optimal for keto carnivore? Last video, Queen She 84, I did that. My last video, just go watch it. I go through the macros. I hate when people say that in other videos. I'm like, no, go over them now. I'm listening now. And I'm like, but I've got other questions to answer. So, by the way, I've been heavily subscribed to keto and carnivore channels for the last 3 years. It was only last week that your channel came up. Isn't that sad? I've been around longer than all these people. You name it. The only person I haven't been around longer than is Dr. Berg, but he wasn't covering keto then. He was covering like the adrenal system. He didn't touch keto until a couple years ago. So yeah, and it's weird. I've just been hidden in the algorithm for so many years. Caffeine destroyed my life. Exactly. Thank you, Sherry, for explaining that. Christopher says coffee wrecked my skin. That's, oh my, I used to live in Hollywood for years, right? And you see all these models, right? Known models. And you see their skin close up. They don't look good. They don't. Okay, so you want to keep your stuff. Not that I'm saying that I'm got perfect skin, because I don't. I went through the whole melasma debacle, and I am in my mid-50s. I'm not going to look like I'm in my 20s, but at least I'm holding it together, right? Upwards towards my 60s. Okay, let's see here. It's not, it's, you just, sometimes you're like, you're just so grateful that you're still the same person. How about decaf? Is it a little bit better? No. They use benzoyl chloride, gives you cancer. No. Get rid of it. Still has caffeine, still dehydrates you. It's just nasty. Still has mycotoxins. Would love to see a video with you and your RV tour. I am. I just am, but like, I gotta catch up on my keto work stuff. I'm so behind. I want to start doing lifestyle vlogs with horses and skateboarding, because there's a skateboard park here, and with me doing my RV renovation, because I'm going to do it. It's not bad inside, just looks like an RV. I want it to look like a house. Okay, would love, okay, let me see. Yeah, Texas sounds like the place to be with the boogeyman. Exactly. Van, in Canada ain't so bad though. Are you kidding me? Peter, Canada is like jail. No. Canada's like commie v takeover. I'm golden. I'm always so grateful that I am not in Canada. And it's cold as shite. I ain't going to no Canada, honey child. The best places to be are like Montana, Wyoming, and it's too cold and the winters are too long. I lived in Sweden. I know what 9 months of winter, 10 months of winter looks like. I'm good. So I thought of being a snowbird. I said this before. Colorado, just up north. I would love to go to Colorado, but it's too left side of the street. Can't do that. New Mexico's too poor and it's too dangerous. A woman by herself. Arizona's too far away. Unless they flip. So that's looking like Texas, Tennessee. I was going to go to Georgia near Sarah, but Georgia turned into be a mess. Never. All right, let's get back to it. Florida has no mountains. It's too ass hot. I can't stand the humidity, so I'm not going south. Somebody said, go to the Ozarks, go to Alabama. Tennessee's good. Decaf is garbage, exactly. Is it true that keto rash comes from candida die-off? Yes, ma'am. Let me see. I love that your name is nutrient density. Okay, now they are saying coffee is okay if you eat first. Don't listen to them. They say. That's the biggest problem with everybody. Stop listening to what they say, including myself. Hear stuff like I did. Use your critical thinking and then make your own decisions. But just don't do exactly what someone says. So you could take me in that example. Do what makes sense. If I'm making sense, if I'm not making sense, then no. Okay, Dr. Berger is ghosting himself. You can barely see the guy. He's so Oh, I thought you meant because of his son. The sun thing. Oh my god. I hope I'm not in that kind of drama. Although I was in drama when I first moved here. I didn't talk about it because I was so pissed. The couple that I stayed with, I'm going to do an expose video. I'm not taking this. They did a lot of illegal things with me and I'm not having it. But that was... I had to wait for this storm to come down. And then I'm going to put a little bit of drama on the internet. But it won't be drama then. It'll just... Okay, what about yerba mate? No. Dr. Berg promotes one meal. Yeah, yeah. Anybody who makes that much money has got to be telling you what you want to hear. And what you want to hear may destroy your body forever. Life should not be that easy. Life should be a challenge so you can learn something and feel like, after what I've been through in Texas the last 3 months, when I get a house with my freaking love child horse and I get another buddy for him, with good Wi-Fi, I'm going to be the happiest person on the planet. Like, I don't care that I'm single. I don't care about anything. I just care about having some peace. Like, the craving of that, people are like, oh my god. I don't talk about me being single right now because people are like, are you single? And I'm like, I'm single and I'm not ready to mingle with people unless they're like the most special person on the planet, and that's very rare. Women, don't we know? Okay, let's see here. Stephanie dropping gems and telling the truth. Thank you, Car to a U.S. reservations team. Google that. How do you change your diet when you want to gain muscle? I don't know what diet you're on, Savannah, so, possibly getting a consultation or going to my course. Hate to promote myself, but this is how I live, is how I can talk to you directly and figure out what you're doing and what you need to do to gain muscle. And I can teach you the ways, because I've learned a lot. At least I will be practicing, I hate to keep showing my bicep again, but at least I will be practicing what I preach. Full natty woman in her mid-50s. Yeah, he pushes tons of... I actually interviewed him for my channel, and it was a live stream, which I shouldn't have done. They were like, ask him about why he does not all these veggies. We're having histamine. We're having, like, issues with the veg. And I did, and he got super weird. He was uncomfortable. And I wasn't there. If I interviewed someone, I'm not going to make them uncomfortable. He's not a bad guy, okay? I learned that when I spoke to him personally. I don't find him to be a bad guy. He's making money. He's just doing his thing. That doesn't make him bad. It's just, he makes money. Makes more money than I do. Okay, it's a shame that Dr. Bird pops up all the time. The view on your channel is much, much better. Thank you. I've got 83 people, but you know what? I am so proud of those 83 people. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. There are a lot of good places in Texas, but can't get away from the humidity. No, you can. There's some drier parts, but there's like tornadoes there, or it's really flat. If I could do the snowbird thing, like if I lived in the north, I would love to live in Idaho in the summer, early fall, and a little bit late spring, and then live in Texas. But it's too hard to haul horses back and forth. I don't know if gas prices are going to go so high, so they make it so you can't even travel. So it's a bit of a risk to do that. So I don't know. And it's like trust me, I tested. It's a 19-hour drive. Now, if anybody knows of any ranches in Idaho or any of these places, that I love the West, that I could move my horse to, and you would have the Keto queen there, I would do it in a second, but I don't know, so I stay here. Because I look for places better, I can't find a place better. Unless I just move into my own place, one stop. What about goat butter? Just got to remember that goats and sheep are fed a lot of corn, so GMO corn. Grew up in CO, Colorado, would never go back. Is that Colorado? Yeah. It's been ruined. Exactly. Central, was it North Carolina now? I thought, yeah, I can't do the humid though. Well, Texas is worse. I've been checking out Tennessee, and the humidity is at least 10% less. I can do that. Higher altitude, cooler, 10 to 15 degrees cooler with 10% less humidity. Because if I can survive through this, then just a little bit less of it I can deal with. But I cannot deal. I will never be here another summer. I will be like in Idaho or something if I were to come and stay here. Listening to my body, and it does something new. You hit it on the head. Oh, you hit it on the head every time. Thank you, Shala. Shala. Thanks for letting me know. Just like Mimi said, Mimi, your channel just popped up. I don't know why. I guess I'm too honest. I guess, I just never got into doing videos and editing, and I'm gonna do it. I don't have the time. I do too much research. I do too many. I will when I have my own house with Wi-Fi. Is lemon water okay first thing in the morning? As long as you don't react, it's great for the liver and the biliary duct system. You're not single. You have all of us here glued on you. Aw, thank you, Gipsy. I'm not single because I have my fur baby husband child. He is the sweetest. Because he's so big, it's something. I'm digressing for a second, so people quiet. They replay people. Because he's so big, like he's a big horse, and he's so kind. He's such a sweetheart. It feels different than a dog. It just, and he's so gentle with me. He makes sure that he doesn't smush me and squeeze me and hurt me and run up against me, and he's very careful to not hurt me. And other horses can get sloppy. They'll step on your feet, they'll turn their head and knock you down, they'll kick you, they'll run into you, they'll get super nervous. He just trusts me like you have no idea. So it's a really beautiful relationship. And if I didn't have him, I'd feel probably pretty lonely, but I don't with him. On keto diet for PCOS all day, Savannah. I think you should book a consultation because I've dealt with so many women with PCOS. They tend to be have high blood sugar and have thyroid issues, and the diet has to be done properly. Let me see here. Oh, my Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. Just so you guys know, I post information there every day. Let's see here. What kind of watch is that? A dirty one because I use it with Thunder. It's a, I don't even know, SKMEN, MEI, Schemi, I don't know. I get it from Amazon. I love big watches. I have since I was in high school. I was in high school in the 80s. Who knew? It's so funny to see old pictures of me with big old men's watches on. It's just my stupid thing. Oh my god, first time I catch you live. What? All these people are catching me live the first time. Freaking weird. You're Polish. I wish I knew Polish, but I don't. You're one of the first few making sense. That's why I'm trying to do more videos that help you understand why, if you're not losing weight, it's because you're not sleeping deep enough, because you're not connecting to the circadian rhythm. You have too much blue light, which is telling your brain it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's complicated, but it's not. Once you learn it, it's done. You think the natural flavoring is most carbonated waters? Okay, no, just drink carbonated water. Or just drink water like I do. You don't have to have things flavored. So funny how people think I'm so sarcastic, but I don't like to watch channels where people aren't themselves, So many gurus I know. I'm not calling out Sarah, but because I love Sarah. We're like really, really good friends. I was almost going to move near her. But Sarah is a completely different person when I talk to her than when you see her on the internet. And people can be so mean that you just want to be nice, right? You just want to be nice. Don't make any waves in the water, because then people will come at you with the meanest comments. Like somebody said yesterday, oh, you're still you're still arrogant and still pushing out stupid information. I'm like, he's like, 3 years later and you're still, I was like, but you come to my channel, bro. Like, why? I don't watch people I don't like because they irritate me. I'm sure I irritate people. Okay, how do I sign up for your consult? Oh, go to stephanieperson.com, and person is spelled Person. It's in the show notes below. You just click on the link. Wow, it's you, always cheering for you. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you. I appreciate it. What about Berg's son? Oh, go Google it. Dude, it is like a lot of, I don't want to talk too much drama. I already alluded to it. It's enough. If somebody else wants to say it in the chat, they can, but I don't want to talk about it. He's going through a lot of, he's probably going through a lot of stress, which I don't really want on somebody. I think he's a really nice guy. He hasn't done anything to verbally hurt anybody. He's not like coming with some nasty attitude. He has some good info, but not like you. He does have some good info. And then there's just a lot of trending, keto, intermittent fasting, and then contradictory information that people get confused on or can injure themselves on. My 11-year-old niece is hanging with my wife today. She is overweight and her mother does nothing to help teach her about eating, always buys junk food. Yeah, it's really sad. It's the world we live in. So that's the reason why when the boogeyman is going on, I call it the boogeyman because if you put two sensical things together, you know what I mean? The boogeyman that everybody's getting and the morphed boogeyman. It's just... sometimes I just start crying about how people don't know what's really happening. It just is so sad. And every time I ask them for details, like when they believe in something, I'm like, well, explain this. And then they can't. And I'm like, well, why do you do something? Why do you do something to yourself if you don't know what's inside of it? Okay, so sad. It's so true about shorts and cellulite. So bottom heavy. But the problem is, Shala, even though you brown, honey, you need, just like me, although I have not been this black in a long ass time. I don't like when I have stripes. Like, booty don't match the shoulders. It's not a good look. But at least I know my vitamin D is through the friggin' roof. Getting this much sun with a horse. How much electrolytes are you taking per day? So, it's not about an electrolyte isn't one. There are several, especially the 4. There is magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium. And then you've got water that's involved with the balance of it all. And it depends. It really depends on the person. So I try to say at least an avocado a day. If you get like a larger size avocado or 2 small ones, you're going to get around 700 milligrams of potassium, plus what's in the meat, plus if you do a cup of veggies. If you're doing carnivore, which I do still promote for the short term only, to fix that gut wall, you could do meat broth for about 100 grams or 150 grams of potassium, or do oyster extract. The magnesium would be up to 400 to 600, depends on the person, and the salt is between 5 to 10 grams, or 12, depends on the person. It's different for everyone. Is the person I've seen, a woman I've seen wearing the big watches? I know you were a rare flower. Yes, I'm very rare. I definitely feel like there's not more people like me. I wish there was. I wish more people that I could talk openly and freely to. I really miss that. Where you could just shoot the shite. Just shoot the shite and people don't take things personally because they get your humor or sarcasm. Is brain fog histamine response for underlying gut issues? Yes, it's one of the underlying. Brain fog could also be from that. Okay, and brain fog can be from candida and blood sugar dysregulation and histamine. Evolution is happening and everything is the same as always been for people. Survival. You're right. Survival of the fittest. Let's do it. Because the only people who are going to be left are the ones who are not listening, using their critical thinking, and healthy. And healthy. That's a big one. Are coconuts and avocado the best fruit if I want to do keto omnivore? Avocados, olives, coconuts. But you have to have histamine issues. Avocados, people have histamine to plants, so just pick your garden variety. Pick the ones that work. Okay, guys, I think I should bounce to the gym. It's getting late, and as you can see, the morning's ending, and the heat just spikes. And you're just like, oh my God, shut all doors, turn on the air. The only thing I'm still dealing with since our consult is brain fog from and skin issues. Other than that, you have healed me. Brain fog, that means you're still having candida maybe issues or histamine issues, and I don't know if you're following the plan that we put together or if you've added more foods or if you're skipping meals, because most people don't follow exactly what I tell them to do. But I don't know. We're definitely on the same page, Marianne. Yeah, I just want to be in a community with people who think similarly to me with this whole stuff going on with the boogeyman and the different variety gardens of boogeymans that they say are coming around the corner. And then I think I would just feel a lot more happy. Yeah. I just can't stand having the conversations with people and they're open-minded, but then I'm like, did you know this? They're like, no. And I'm like, why aren't you people researching anything? Please don't do anything to yourself until you do the research first. And I have a friend, she's like, I did. I'm like, did you know this? She's like, no. Did you know that? No. We didn't research. I talked to my friend who was a doctor. Oh, okay, that's your research. No. Have you advised anyone who's changed their diet and healed a herniated disc? You can't heal a herniated disc, but you can take the inflammation down to where it's a lot less pain. Not nearly so often. You can, and exercises and diet will take the pain down, strengthen that back muscle. So not nearly as often though, so I'm getting their die-off symptoms, perhaps, yes. Brianna, I have added a few foods, yes. So that's probably why. Society is so sad and getting worse. It is, Carly. But like somebody said, survival of the fittest, and you just got to find a way around all the nonsense. I don't know if the people who own all of these social media platforms will allow us to meet up and just be one big tribe, but they probably won't, because you have power in numbers. So I guess I've just got to, each one between one person at a time, meet my tribe. Yes. Just submitted my consultation request. Looking forward to meeting you. Oh, Savannah, I'm going to get you straight. I don't want to say trust me, but that's what I say on the inside. You're just going to have to see it for yourself. You made it live. I know, Marion, I'm about to go. I'd be down. But I'm in humid Florida. Carly, I know. Well, I'm also in humid Texas. It's disgusting. I think it's around the same-ish. Maybe Florida has maybe some more hot, humid days. I don't know, but excuse me, talking, burping. But yeah, did you look into the vitamin D2, D3 difference? No, you have to go in. I did a long time ago. I just don't remember right now, and I'm sitting in a parking lot, so I'm a little distracted. So no, I didn't. Go through my website and email me. I hope this is not TMI, but my libido rocks on cue. Yeah, it's the fat, Christopher. It's the cholesterol is the precursor to making your testosterone, and that's what gets your sex drive going. Bing, 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 bing. And that is the reason why I feel like I am doing so well with my cholesterol high diet. And I love it. I love cholesterol. The more the better. I live there too, but are gross. What? It's gross here. Yeah. How do I schedule a consultation? Roxy, go to the show notes below. Especially when the video uploads, you can just click on the link. It's stephanieperson.com. I also have a course, you guys, but I definitely feel like after doing this I've been doing it myself for 14 years and coaching people for 12 out of the 14. Dr. Berg or Thomas DeLauer or any of these people can't touch those numbers and the experiences and the learning through people. Let me see. Can you explain microdose? Oh, microdosing. So that's a term I started coining to bring back the certain amounts of foods that you were reacting to. Like if you had ate avocado and you had a histamine reaction, mucus or headache or heart palps or itchy, whatever, you'd have a little bit, like you'd have a quarter of a tablespoon, or you'd have a teaspoon, and then you'd have a tablespoon, and then a week would pass and you'd have 2 tablespoons, and then after a month you'd have half, and you keep micro dosing yourself back up to the foods that you want to eat. I do consultations with Steph and it really helped a lot. She's amazing. Oh, thank you, Shari. Thank you. I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying. I probably need to do more testimonials to let people know that I've been working with so many people. I keep wondering, like, where are those people I work with? Because it's thousands and thousands of people now. I would love to do all the people I've had a consultation with. I would love to do a meetup with all those people and see them all again. Is 2 ounces of liver every morning too much? Nope. You could do 2, 3. Although too much liver can be too high in carbs, but the vitamin A from retinol is not toxic, so don't listen to that nonsense. But 2 ounces is perfect as a multivitamin. It's not overdoing it all. There's no vitamin A toxicity coming from anything but polar bear liver, and you're not going to eat polar bear liver. I've tried a bit of what these other people suggest, but I always keep coming back to Steph. Only way to do it. Thank you, Mary. Well, they tell you what you want to hear, right? So I'm like, oh, circadian rhythm connecting to your schedule for weight loss. And then I start explaining all these other details. They're like, oh my God, that's too complicated. I'll just intermittent fast. And I'm like, and drink some coffee. And then their hair starts falling out and then start crashing. Blood sugar dysregulation works at first, then start rebounding. Microdosing, I thought you meant with, no. 100% Mary, yeah. Okay, guys, I've been on for a whole hour. I'm going to go to the gym, and I feel like I've been productive on my phone today. I have an interview today, later, from a woman who's writing a book, so that'll be fun. And she's been really patient with my screwed up Wi-Fi and missing her message, and because like sometimes the messages don't come through on the property, and she's been very patient, so I appreciate that. Anywho, I need to work out. I had the tiniest of breakfasts because I had to run into town to do some errands, to get my oil changed, to get my stuff into some storage unit, and then do a live. And then my stomach's going, Stephanie, you need to eat, girl. And I don't want to miss my meal timing and then have my blood sugar spike and drop and then have poor sleep, because if you don't sleep well, you become insulin resistant and you can't lose weight the next day. When you sleep bad, you lose muscle on the scale, not fat weight, and that's why circadian rhythm is so important. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, Shala. I appreciate you too. You've been around for a while. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dark Mark. And God bless you as well. Our Deanna, thank you. God bless you. And thank you, every Mary and Roxy and just mighty. What is it? Onina? What? Oniana. Whatever. Onina. Carly and everyone else. Brianna and Dark Mark, Sharif, and yeah, Marianne, and a lot of you guys. Thank you so much. If I missed a question, sometimes I don't see them because the questions go put your questions in the comments below. Also, just let me know more of what you guys want me to go and talk about more in depth. I'm trying to take my knowledge and put it out into a language that's interesting and easy to understand. I'm so busy at work, I'm only able to listen. Thanks always responding to me. Catch you next time. Thank you, Manfred. Holmes, thank you. That's military nick. Oh, okay. Nickname, by the way. That's what I thought. Okay, military nickname. Well, I'll just call you Dr. Mark. Pretty interesting. Always learn something here. Thanks. Thank you, Peter. I try. At this juncture, there's not a lot of new, like, groundbreaking information that you guys maybe have never heard me say, but I'm trying to put it together so it makes sense. Like the light bulb goes off, and then that becomes groundbreaking, in the transformation of your body, anti-aging, and having a lot of energy through these crazy times. Because like the one person said before, the next years is going to be the survival of the fittest, and if you're not strong, I pray for you. All right, and I'm not very religious, but I'll still pray for you. I have. When my horse got sick, I was like, God, please save my horse. I was crying. I was not begging. I was asking God, and I'm not religious. And I was like, God, please make sure my horse is good. Isn't that funny? But I'm not very religious. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. But I'm not an atheist. Okay, guys. Thank you. And I'm gonna go hit the gym hard right now. I'm a Virgo. Birthday's coming up. This girl's getting older. You guys see me in all my videos. I'm 45, I'm 46, I'm 47, 48, 49, I'm 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. It's crazy. Time goes like boom. Bye, guys. And I'm out. Peace.